Hello, Sumo fans, and welcome to another episode of the Sumo News right here on World of Sumo. I'm Scott Finlay, and thank you for joining me as I take you through the latest happenings in the world of Sumo this week. Before I do that, just to let you all know, I'm adding a smaller extra news to the channel, which will concentrate more on the lower ranked Rikishi, what is happening down there, who is new, who is up and coming, and the ones to watch. So look out for that first installment coming in the next couple of days, which of course episode 1 will concentrate on Sumo's 10 new recruits, as mentioned in the previous news video. On top of that, I have so many more videos coming out for you all. Some Sumo history videos, as I did make one in my YouTube beginnings and never did more, but I am super interested in Sumo's history, so there'll be plenty more of them coming in the near future. As well as that, we will have brand new Rise and Fall episodes, like the Rise and Fall of Yamamoto Yama, the Rise and Fall of former Yokozuna Futahaguro, to name just a couple of the immediate ones. Multiple Sumo Legends pieces to follow our Akebono one, like the likes of former Ozeki Kotoshigiku, as well as Yokozuna Musashimaru, former Sekiwaki and Hawaiian legend Takanoiwa, and of course former Ozeki Konishiki, as I am covering all the Rikishi who found top tier success from the islands, as well as men who changed the game. And this is just a handful of what I have coming for you all. But I also want to hear from you Sumo fans. Let me know who you'd like to see featured in the next Rise and Fall video or Sumo Legends piece, or if there's something else or someone else you'd like to see covered. Leave a comment below and let me know who and why. Let's get to this week's stories. Yokozuna Terunofuji finally got to have his promotion party in a hotel in Tokyo on October 16th. A crowd of 1,100 people were in attendance, including the big kahuna himself, Chairman Hakkaku, who complimented Terunofuji's overall strength and hard work as his two greatest strengths, wished him to continue and lead the other Rikishi for a long time as Yokozuna. Many famous athletes appeared as well, along with ministers, special guests, the list goes on. Of course, like everything else, the party has been delayed by more than a year because of COVID restrictions. A member of the Yokozuna Deliberation Council spoke while referring to the Yokozuna having to pull out of the last basho. I have told the association that I would like to see the Yokozuna treated adequately, and I would like them to help revive the Yokozuna with the best medical techniques and technology Japan can offer. Then he can come back wholly mended. His boss, Asashoryu Oyakata, said that Terunofuji achieved promotion with nothing short of back-breaking hard work. It's miracle-like that I, as a stable master, will not experience again. It's due to everybody's support that he's made it this far. I believe his ability to carry on through injury is an inspiration to many Rikishi. He will keep working to promote Sumo, carry on the heavy responsibility of a Yokozuna while fighting his injuries. And I mean, Sumo fans, you've just got to commend Terunofuji. He might not be up there in the top echelon of Yusho winners, or you know what I mean, he might have had a smaller pocket of sheer dominance compared to some other Yokozunas, but wow, greatest comeback story ever in sports history as far as I'm concerned. Up next, Daisho also participated in some of the Moshiai that was going on this week, winner staying on rules, losing more than winning. 5 of the matches were actually one-on-one with Takakesho, which is called Samban. He said he was thankful to the Ozeki for the bouts and that it was excellent practice. He also participated in a Q&A, and when asked who his favourite Rikishi was, he named Yokozuna Wajima, adding his grandfather came from the same town as he did. He also went to Nihon University's graduate school, and Wajima also graduated from Nihon University, so he feels they are connected. Next up, Abe, who is coming back from having to go Kyujo for all of Akibasho, following Nagoya Basho. If you remember, as we reported, Sumo fans, he underwent surgery in both his right elbow and left ankle. In both, he had floating cartilage removed and some bone tips smoothed. Ugh. He has been suffering from pains for a few years now and decided that if he didn't mend it now, in his late 20s, it might affect the length of his career. So, he went for the needed surgery. Leading up to Akebasho, he says he was unable to do anything and so had to go Kyujo. But now he says he is recovering well, saying he still can't do push-ups, but he has sparred with one of the Johnny Dan boys in his hair. As for his ankle, in Nagoya, he couldn't even walk. Now it's much better. He even offered his chest to some of the Makuuchi men. He is still continuing rehab with a rubber tube. He draws strength from his daughter's "Ganbatte" every morning. The doctor's opinion is that he might make it to Kyushu. It depends on that elbow. He doesn't want to rush it. He wants the spectators to think when they see him, yes, he is finally back. The Jungyo or tour was at Kuki City, Saitama recently, and Mitakuumi participated in Moshiai. Winner stays on for the first time in a while. Takakesho suggested having an Ozeki Moshiai. Shodai, Mitakuumi, Takayasu, with of course Takakesho himself. Mitakuumi said he was working on his tachiai and he thinks he got that right. Having cemented his drop from the Ozeki rank last basho, Mitakuumi explained his lackluster performance, saying it's all mental. He repeated the word mental many times apparently, but it's no time to hesitate, he says. He has to work with resolve and win a day at a time. He plans to go on plenty of Digeko or joint practice with many Sekitori, starting apparently from Kasagano Bear. He has been able to visit his home in Nagano for the first time since COVID times. It's sad that we call it that now, isn't it, sumo fans? COVID times. He said everybody there has been smiling at him. He has to do his utmost moving forward. Up next, 8 Sekitori ranked wrestlers met for a large joint training session over at what is slowly becoming everyone's favourite sparring grounds, Arachio Bear, home of the Waka brothers. Waka Takakage, who is seeking an Ozeki run hopefully if he can perform well in the next 2 basho, said he just wanted to properly do his own sumo. He was able to train well with many different rikishi from different heirs. Present were Hoshoryu, Meisei, Nishikigi, Onosho, Takenosho, and of course Wakamoto Haru, Juryo's Kotokyuzan, and Wakatakakage, who seemed strong and stood out with his come from under sumo. He even had 8 straight wins at some point and had the most bouts among the Sekitori. 16 in all. He went 13-3. He said he can say that his body is moving well to some degree and he wants to properly train ahead of day 1 of the upcoming basho. The 11-4 last basho puts him at a good starting position for another promotion, and if he can stand strong the next basho, then in January, it could be his time. Speaking of his outlook on the next upcoming tournament, he said, the next basho is important. It's more a mental issue for me. I don't want to lose mentality, and that is how I will be facing day 1. And lastly, this week, Hoshoryu got an intimate one-on-one masterclass with the master himself, former Yokozuna Asashoryu, who was going over technique with him, and I am sure Hoshoryu picked up a lot. With his game always improving and the extra muscle he has gained recently, the young dragon is itching for an Ozeki and or Yokozuna promotion in the very near future. And that's it for this episode of the Sumo News. As always, thank you so much for watching. And Sumo fans, remember, like, subscribe, hit that bell. Owatanage!